You want to move to Norway as a skilled worker, but don't know where to begin. Watch this video till the end to find all of it. Hey everyone, I'm Behnam from the Visa Library. This channel gives visa information and the latest news and updates. First things first, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell and download the free cheat sheet my team has prepared from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Now let's begin. First, let me ask you a question. What are the requirements to move to Norway as a skilled worker? Here they are. The first one is a job offer. You must get a valid job offer from an employer or company in Norway. It must lead to a work or employment contract and explain all the aspects of employment: duration of your employment, working hours, salary, perks and bonuses, leave of work, tasks and responsibilities, location of work, type of the work you will be conducted, and everything else. Are you wondering where to find a job offer? There are websites where you can look for a job position in them. Websites like Jobs in Oslo, The Local, FinJobs, and other ones. There is a full list of them in the Visa Library article. There are also recruitment agencies that you can get help from. If you don't know any of them, you can find a list of them in the Visa Library article. The link is in the description. There is another option for you as well. You can also enter Norway and look for a job. If you are among the visa-waived countries, you can enter Norway without the visa and stay for some time. It's usually 90 days. This time is enough to look for a job, have an interview and find one. If you are not among the visa-waived countries, you can apply for a Norway tourist visa. It lets you stay in Norway for some time and you can look for a job, but you have no permission to work or convert a tourist visa into a work visa. You must leave Norway and apply for a work visa from your home country. The second requirement is to have work experience, knowledge and skills to do the job. In fact, you must be a skilled worker. The job market in Norway is tough and you have to compete with the best. The third requirement is a work permit. After you sign an employment contract, the skilled worker or employer must apply for a work permit. I will explain the procedure a bit later. A work permit is essential to work in Norway. If the government doesn't agree to issue it, it means you have no permission to work as a foreigner. Also, you must be eligible to apply and receive a work permit. There are required supporting documents that you must submit. Also, you must be admissible to enter Norway and the EU. It means you must have a clean record and no criminal background. Alright then, this was the requirements. Now, what is the application procedure? Stay a bit longer to find out. When you get the job offer and sign an employment contract, you must apply for a work permit and work visa to enter Norway. This is the procedure you have to follow to get a work permit and work visa. At first, it's mandatory to fill out the UDI's employment offer form. You can find the link in the description. At this stage, someone has to apply for a work permit. It could be the employee or employer. But if the employer is gonna apply, a consent letter from the employee is needed. Let me tell you this. If the employer applies for the work permit, the process will be speed up. The employer needs to apply to the Directorate of Immigration website. The application begins there. You can find the link in the description. If the employee is gonna apply for a work permit, he or she must apply to the Norwegian embassy. The authorities need some supporting documents. The employment contract is one of them. If the employer applies, the employee must send the documents to him or her. The point I should explain here is this. A work permit is an authorization to work in Norway, but a work visa is permission to enter the country. It takes some time until the Norwegian authorities decide on the work permit. When they issue it, a big part of the process is done. Now the employee needs to apply for a work visa. At this stage, you gotta collect the list of supporting documents for a work visa. You could begin gathering them a bit earlier to save time and speed up the process. Are you wondering what are these supporting documents? Here is a list of them. Number 1 is your passport. It must be valid over the date of your employment contract. Also, it cannot be older than 10 years ago. Number 2 is a copy of your work contract. Remember one point, it must contain the exact details of your employment. Include the information I mentioned earlier. Number 3 is completing the online application form on the UDI website. When you complete the online application form, you will receive a PDF application form. You gotta print this form, complete it with your information, and then submit it along with the other documents to the Norwegian embassy. Number 4 is your CV or resume. Your CV or resume is needed to indicate that you have relevant work experience. It also says that you can do the job you have applied for in Norway. Number 5 is your educational documents and certificates. It could be one of these options. certificate achieved through work experience, educational degree achieved from a college or university, diploma or certificate of vocational training for at least 3 years. It must be at the upper secondary school level. Number 6 is photo. 2 photos of yourself are needed. They must be fresh, taken in the past 3 months. The background must be white clear. The veil, hat, sunglasses, weird mustache or beard cannot cover your face. Number 7 is the accommodation proof in Norway. Your future employer could help you with this. You need to make it clear where will you stay when you get to Norway. You can provide a rental agreement or reserved hotel proof. This was a general list of supporting documents, but there will be more. When you complete the UDI online application form, it will provide you with a checklist of supporting documents. When you're done gathering the supporting documents, schedule a meeting with the Norwegian Embassy or Visa Application Center (VAC) responsible for visa processing in your home country. The UDI website tells you where to apply in your home country. You can find out how to schedule a meeting through their website. Get to the center in person and submit the supporting documents. There's always a fee for visa processing. It's about 5,400 Norwegian crown or $589, but you might have to pay more. Ask the center how much the visa costs and how they get it. You gotta pay the visa fees through a credit card or transfer it to their bank account. Remember to keep the receipt. When you're done with the center, wait for visa processing. It takes time until the embassy issues your visa and they will inform you as soon as it's ready. When the visa is stuck on your passport, you can move to Norway. Now, how long should you wait for visa processing? The point I'm going to tell you is that there are 2 processing times. One is the work permit that the authorities in Norway issue it. The second is a work visa that the embassy or visa center issues it. So you gotta wait 2 times for a response. You'll receive an answer in 6 to 8 months at most. Your work permit is valid for the duration of your employment contract. It's often 1 to 3 years. You may extend your work permit as long as you have an employment contract with Norwegian employer. You must live for a few years under a work permit to become eligible for PR or permanent residency, but it's achievable. If you want to bring your family to Norway, you need to apply separately to the UDI and complete an application form. The link is in the description. Let me ask you this. What should you do if you want to change your employer? You can do it, but the new employer must apply for a new work permit. When you wish to change your position to another one, you have to apply for a new work permit as well. The EU countries are strict with the residence permit rules. Alright then, this was all you must know to immigrate to Norway as a skilled worker. If you have questions, write them down in the comment section. The Visa Library team will answer them. Before you leave, like this video, hit the bell and download the free PDF file my team has prepared. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Until the next video, thank you all for watching.